Here again with another Lucifer Season 6 episode review video. Before I get into that though, pretty important, if you aren't caught up to the point where I am in rewatching or watching Lucifer, or you're just not entirely sure, then you definitely need to take the initiative and pay attention to the episode's title, which of course I'll mention, as well as put in the description if that happens to be the case. And you finally you're not caught up, it would be my recommendation that you don't watch this video any further to avoid any potential spoilers. And surprise, surprise, for all of you that are wondering, this is indeed my first time watching the show Lucifer. So join me in the comment section along with the legendary Crazy Coffee Man, who is the foremost Lucifer expert that I know, to discuss this show. With all that said, this will be Lucifer Season 6, Episode 2. The title of this episode is called Buckets of Baggage. And this will be my review reaction recap after just finishing watching the episode. Chloe and Lucifer just finished making love. They even used Amenadiel's rod. So Chloe's experimenting with things since she's had her newfound powers. And Amenadiel comes up to the penthouse. He tells Lucifer his return to heaven is requested. It's time for you to assume your place on Father's throne. Amenadiel wonders what Lucifer's waiting for. Chloe tells Amenadiel to have a little faith in your brother. Lucifer goes to see Linda. He needs her to tell him what to do. Linda is confused that she needs to tell Lucifer what to do, being God and all. And then how is it possible to take care of them all and keep your personal feelings to yourself? And then Lucifer tells Linda she has a very special way of helping him. Crime scene time. Ella and Carol are on the scene. It's at a movie theater. That sounds like fun. Ella started taking karate lessons because of Michelle Yeoh. Ella has flashbacks of meeting Pete. Lucifer arrives. Out of my Miss Lopez. Wait, I don't know what I was saying there. As I care about you, but I don't care about at all. So he tells Miss Lopez he cares about her, but Carol, Corbett, I don't care about you. And that's why he's going to help him, because he doesn't care about him. Carol doesn't drink coffee. Carol says he doesn't need his help. What does Carol truly desire? And he's like, I'm good. And then Lucifer asks it again, and he says he wants to find the right person. And it's been 15 months since Carol's had any sex. Kate Jacobs is the suspect. Ella needs Chloe's help. That guy, Carol, Detective Corbett, he's too nice. Ella says to Chloe, suspiciously normal. He's too good to be true. Chloe knows Carol reminds Ella of Pete. And then Chloe reminds Ella that Carol was one of Dan's best friends as well. She has to consider that. Like, Dan was a pretty good guy. He did some shit that's, not very ethical, but he was typically a really good guy, though. And Chloe hints to going through the precinct personal files. Carol talks to Kate. Carol wants Lucifer to leave. Lucifer wants to make a love connection. Kate knows the name of the victim. It's Fred. She wants her clients to pay in cash. Lucifer helped Carol, so thank you and goodbye. Marty says Chloe isn't a detective anymore, and Miss Lopez doesn't have access to be able to look at files. Donuts have arrived, and Marty's quick to jump up for that. And then Chloe's able to get into the evidence locker, and Carol goes to Hamburger Mary's, which is like a drag show club. Carol is asked why all the detectives are called dicks. And then the club's manager overhears this and offers to help Carol. Very suspicious fella. My suspicions were right. Wouldn't you know it, Lucifer is there to play the piano. Tom Ellis just wants to show up that great voice of his during this drag show. And Carol seems to be getting into it a little bit. Chloe and Ella are looking through the files on Carol. And Chloe doesn't think there's anything left to investigate. The main suspect says that drag saved him, and that's Busty. Lucifer is still trying to hook Carol up. He describes Miss Lopez as the person he wants, and Lucifer wants to be his Fiona. There's someone in hell that's not really supposed to be there. the woman is an angel. So we have this mysterious person, and she's a woman, and she's in hell, and I don't know who she is. Well, I know who she is now, but right now we don't. She's there to see Michael and wants to help. She wants help to try to destroy Lucifer Morningstar. Ella and Carol are at Lux. Carol's wearing shades and acting like a moron. Says he does this all his best work in the dark. And Ella asks him if he's high. And Ella runs off. So Carol's being completely different compared to what he normally is. And it doesn't impress Ella. And she tells Lucifer she doesn't like bad boys. She doesn't know what she wants. She doesn't know if Carol can be trusted. Lucifer says, I see, you're suffering from PTSD, and Ella's pretending that God's still up there. Miss Lopez, I'll do it. Carol tells Ella to Carol's place. Okay. Lucifer takes Ella to Carol's place, or says that he's going to go to Carol's place. And then Carol has, it's weird to call this person Carol when it's a guy, has kung fu posters everywhere, and Ella wants to see what's in his closet. She doesn't want to see any plants or anything like that. Nothing scary, but then Carol has a locked trunk at the foot of his bed. Chloe wants to go out on a bounty with Maze, and she says something's off with Chloe. And then Chloe says she wants help sparring. She wants help with sparring lessons. And then Chloe says, I want to spar, bitch. And then a fight ensues between Chloe and Maze. A pretty good one. Ella's worried that there's a dead body in Carol's trunk. Lock's broken. Alcohol's in a trunk. It says, one day at a time. Carol is a recovering alcoholic. Carol's at Fred's apartment, and Carol wants Ella to come to Fred's to dust for prints. And when Carol is done talking to Ella over the phone, we find out that Niles, the guy that was the manager of the drag club, is at Fred's armed with a knife. I knew he seemed suspicious at the drag club. We got literally 10 seconds of him, and then he ran off. And Niles doesn't want to hurt Carol. And Niles says it was all an accident. This wasn't premeditated or anything like that. And Niles was mad that Brian was having an affair with Fred, but he really wasn't. That was the problem. Ella and Carol get Niles down with some pretty good kung fu. Chloe and Maze have made a mess. Maze says she's out. Maze also loves to sleep, so she's out. Maze asks Chloe if she's okay, and yeah, Chloe's fine. You're acting a little bit weird, Decker. Niles was telling the truth based on all the findings. It wasn't premeditated, so that will factor in his sentencing. And then Carol tells Ella that he likes her, and then Ella confesses to Carol that she broke in his place, and Carol was in rehab for the missing year. It's easy to be himself around Ella Lopez. And Ella brings up her last boyfriend, the serial killer Pete, and they have buckets of baggage in common, the title of the episode. Then they plan a super cop movie date. Lucifer is observing this and enjoying this. And then we have Dan in hell playing his ping pong. And then this mysterious woman shows up again, shows her wings to Dan and says she's not here for ping pong. She tells him that she heard that he almost killed the devil. And Dan says, yeah, I feel really guilty about that. And she wants to hear Dan's side of the story. She tells Dan that she can get him out of hell. Dan says maybe he can help her. And then Lucifer tells Chloe about his day. Chloe tells Lucifer that they'll figure it out. And Lucifer says maybe we should just take our time. And then after Super Cop, Carol tells Ella that after tonight, this is the best date he's ever had, kissing Ella on the cheek. Carol leaves, and then a frog, or toad, whatever you want to call it, shows up on Ella's vehicle. What the? Ending the episode. So, okay episode of Lucifer. I feel like with Carol instead of Dan, it's kind of a letdown. It's an okay episode. I like some of the things that go on. But it's when it takes me a long time to start a review or watch it and then do a review, it's too long. So I'll score the episode a 7.9 out of 10. My characters of the episode are going to be Carol and Ella Lopez. So you've heard everything that I have to say. Now it's your turn. If you're a fan of Lucifer and you want to help me out with the YouTube algorithm, please make sure that you Hulk smash the like button. Otherwise, I'll send a Menadil after you share the video with a friend. Put this video on any one of your social media platforms. Don't forget to sound off in the comment section about what your thoughts are on this episode of Lucifer. Interact with me and the legendary Crazy Coffee Man. And then last but certainly not least, don't forget to hit that sub button, subscribe to the channel. You are watching the video anyway. Join the team, show your damn support, and be a part of something special. And you never know what you're going to see on JDevTV.